All right. So happy Saturday, you guys. I just wanted to introduce myself because I know a lot of you guys don't know who I am. I see some of my friends on here who are my Percy enrolled, and some people have been with us for a while. I love seeing all you leaders on here just, continuing to learn and to grow. I think it's so incredible. So I'm Amanda, you guys. I'm not going to go into my full story, but I do want to introduce myself, and I'll have Courtney as well when she's going to speak. Her and I are going to lead this Zoom today. And the thing that we really want you guys to get out of this, typically, you guys, this is going to be an hour Zoom, but we're going to do every Saturday. We have a newbie training that's going to be 30 minutes. Okay, so just the first of the month, we go into full detail, and then every Saturday for 30 minutes, we just hit like key points to help you guys. So this is going to be more in detailed, and really I'm just going to go over basic stuff, you guys. But what we really want to do is go over the 5 fundamentals, the 5 core things that we do every day, okay? You guys hear us say the core 4 and 1 more. There's 4 things that we do on social media, and there's 1 thing that we just do in our everyday life, okay? So we're going to go over all of those, Courtney and I. But I am Amanda, you guys. I have been in this business for 6 years, which is so nuts. I'm at the very top rank of the company. I've got my husband to the top rank of the company. He's the second highest to the rank, and we are now have our 3rd account pushing this month to the 2nd highest rank of the company. So we have done this business over and over and over again, and so I just love it so much, you guys. And I got to the highest rank of the company in 5 years, and I will tell you guys, I was just like how every single one of you guys were, just signed up, not really knowing anything about this business. I wasn't savvy on social media. I still am not tech savvy, you guys. I didn't have a very big network, and I'm shy. I'm a little bit more shyer, and if you meet me in person, you will see that reserved side of me. The camera kind of opens me up a little bit, but I definitely am more of a reserved person. So if you were to ask me, Amanda, do you see yourself ever going to the top rank of the company? I would say, man, I wish. I would dream of that. Like, I don't think like I could ever do that, but maybe I could make like $200 or $300 extra a month. Like that would be so awesome. I started this working full time, being a mom, being a wife. I had a side business, and so very, very busy. And so I will tell you guys that if I can go to the very top rank of the company, you guys can too. The thing that I just did is I never gave up. And the other thing is you guys can go to the top rank of the company in way less than 5 years. And the reason I tell you that is because I didn't have an upline, you guys. I signed up with a friend. We were kind of the blind leading the blind. YouTube was our guideline. We didn't have an upline. We didn't have systems. We were literally trial and error. So I really think if that I had all of the tools that you guys have, all of the support, all of the team that you guys had, I really think I could probably go ambassador within my first couple years. That's the top rank of the company. So I really think that all of you guys could do the same thing by following this. We also we're the top. We're a top team. We were number 30 back in conference. Out of 200,000 people, you guys, our team was number 30, which is so incredible. And so you guys have every system, every tool, every support that you need to be successful with this. So what I like to do is I like to, give you this and hand it to you, but really it's up to you to take them and receive it and to apply it. So everything, I hope that you really have your pen and paper out right now, because everything that we are going to go to, you're going to want to write it down. Thanks, Lisa. You're always ready. You're going to want to write it down and soak it up, and then you're going to want to apply it. It does no good in ear and sitting in your head if you don't apply it. So the other thing I want to say before I get started is that I like to use the analogy of this is like if somebody was going into, college or school. They're learning their first day in a new subject, okay? So you go in and you go to the classroom and you sit down on day 1 and you learn, right? The teacher is teaching you things, going over some of the basic things maybe. That day, we don't walk out of there being a master of that subject, right? We don't walk out of there being knowing all and now can teach it, right? We go back the next day, we study, we apply, we do our homework, we continue to be students of that subject, and then you learn it and you grow and you master it, right? And so that really is how this business is as well. Day 1, day 2, day 3, you're learning, you're growing, you are trying to master this subject. You are not going to go from day 1 to now making $10,000 a month on day 30, right? It's a process. So remember that this is a business and we build it. We are continuing to build, but I promise you guys, if you stick with it, you will make that $500 extra a month. You will make that 1,000, that 5,000, the 10,000, the 30,000 or more. You guys, this business can open up so many possibilities. Okay. So I wanted to put that out there before we really get into this, that we are going to give you all the tools that you need, but at the end of the day, your success is going to come from you. Okay. And so we're going to talk about all of the 5 things. So let me see, Cora, I forget what our thing was. Let me go to my notes really quick. Was I starting? Let's see. Yep, Courtney, you are up.
Yeah.
Okay. Growing network.
Am I starting Growing Network? Okay, awesome. Do you want me to go straight into host a post from there?
We'll kind of switch off. So just the timeline I gave you. So you guys get your notes out, get your pins out. We're going to go over the core 4 and 1 more. Number 1, Courtney's going to go over, and that's how to grow your network. Okay. Okay, Court.
Okay, so such a huge part of, sorry, and my computer is not letting me on Zoom, so you guys are on my phone with me. So we just roll with it. This is what we do in this business. So hi, my name's Courtney. I've been in the business 5 years. I'm a triple diamond. Our team is going Prez this month. I joined with Amanda. She's one of my best friends from high school. When I was a single mama of a 3 and a 5-year-old, I was teaching at the time. I had been home with my kids for 5 years. You know, that I had one going into kindergarten and one that was 3. And I was a stay-at-home mom. And then I found myself, you know, single and rebuilding my life. And it was really hard. And at that time, Amanda had joined and was like, hey, like this could change your life. And I was like, no, too much on my plate. Like, do you know how crazy my life is? It's easy for you to say this. You're married. You have a supportive husband, and just all these excuses. And my life was staying the same. I was still overwhelmed. I was still tired every day. And then one day I decided, like, this is going to be my life. This is going to be my fixed teacher pay, because I am in teaching 8 years and I know how this works. I know pay's not going up very drastically, and I was having a hard time putting my kids in extracurriculars. So I joined to do that, and the rest is kind of in history. It has not only, you know, grown me as a person, as a mom. I'm married again, and I have 2 little boys that are 1 and 2. So it's not only grown me as a wife, a mom, but it has grown me as just a person, as a daughter of God. It's rebuilt me, and it's changed the trajectory of my kids' lives. We've been able to pay things in cash. We've been able to get out of debt. And I just have such a heart for teaching people how to do the same. So that's a little bit of my story. I love that God gave me a vehicle to still be a teacher, because that is where my heart has always been and a passion of mine. It's just in a little bit of a different platform. I'm not teaching 4th and 5th graders anymore. I'm teaching those mamas and daddies and grandparents of, you know, those 4th and 5th graders. So it's been such a blessing. But one of our main things in our business is growing our network. So what you want to do when you start is kind of look at your friends list. How many do you have? I know when I started, I had about 500. I think Amanda had around the same. And what we found is that about 10% of those friends are actually seeing our posts. And those are people we're interacting with. So we want to interact on posts every day so people see our posts. But then we also want to add to our network, because if we have 500 friends, only about 50 of those people are seeing our posts every day. So if you're like, oh my gosh, why does Amanda have like 20 people that comments when she does a post and I maybe have 1 every other day? It's because we continually are adding to our network. And you can do that by getting into different groups. I have a Portuguese water dog. I am in a Portuguese water dog group that has like 5,000 members. I will take a cute picture of her playing at the park, plop it in there, tons of comments will come, and then I will add those people. So we're not joining groups to advertise our business. We're joining groups to really build relationships with people, because that is what this journey is all about, is loving on people, being a light for, you know, this world, and growing our friends, like really truly growing friends. And then I'll also go to people's pages. Like I'll go to some of my old colleagues that I just love teaching with, that just had like such an amazing spirit about them. And I'll friend their friends, because I'm like, gosh, if they're amazing, like you are who you attract, you know, you are who you attract. So I will go and go to their friends and add their friends. And I only add females. I'm married. I don't have men do host to post for me. So I'm only adding females. So kind of use your discretion, but I will also go to like college campuses that I think that are cool and add some college students, because college students do really great at this business. So those are just some ideas of growing your network that have really worked for me. But one of the main one of the main ways, and we'll talk about this in a few minutes, is doing the host to post. That has grown my network probably more readily and more speedily, if that's even a word. I make up words too. I'm a teacher. I make up words. That has grown it so like exponentially, just being able to do that every day and having that part of my core for and more. So yeah, I think that that's a good start. Start with, you know, where are you at? You want to be, if you're at 500, you want to really try to get to 1,000 very quickly. If you're at 1,000, you want to try to get to that 1,500. You're really going to see a change in your business when you can get to about 2,500 friends. And that can take a few months. You're adding, you know, when I go do my host to post messages, I'm adding 25 people at the same time I'm sending those out. So if you just kind of do those together each day, where I'm going to send out 50 friend requests, maybe 10 to 15 of them are going to join. But at the end of the month, I have 300 to 500 new friends. And so that is a way to look at it. You might send out 50 messages and only 5 people join, but that's perfect, because over the span of the next couple months, that's going to just continue to grow just so amazingly. So just little baby steps produce really big results over time.
I love that. That's so good, Court. Excuse me. And you guys can even, if you have like a big network right now, you guys can even go through that network and kind of maybe filter out some of the people who you don't need on there, that you don't maybe know on there, that you don't think that would ever support you or your products or your business. Oops, I was muted. Okay, you guys, I love that, Courtney. Thank you so much. Number 2, you guys, is going to be posting, okay? And these don't have to go in any order at all. But what I want you guys to do is, on your piece of paper, you guys are going to draw this, maybe on the back or on the front, but posting just a couple. Oh, let me see somebody. Hold on, I get so sidetracked. You guys make sure you keep your phones muted. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, some do's and don'ts when it comes to posting, you guys. So my big rule of thumb is you want to post, especially if you're not used to posting, you want to post, I do about 3 to 5 times a day, okay? If you're just starting out and you're not really a big poster, I want you to follow this system. You want to post morning, lunch, and then the evening time, or before you go to bed, okay? At least 3 times. Posting is going to be very, very important, because posting is, you're letting people know that 1, you're consistent, and 2, you're letting people know what you have to offer, okay? Your Facebook page or your Instagram is your resume. It is now your moneymaker. You guys, I make multiple 6-figure income all through social media completely for free. So I want, when people come to my Facebook page, we want to think, what is our brand that we want to share with them? What are the things that we want them to, come to this page and get something from? What is that? These are going to be the 5 pillars I'm going to talk to you about in just a minute. But first, it comes with, I really want to hone in on this. You need to be consistent with it. So morning, lunch, and dinner, or before you go to bed. And the reason I recommend 3 times a day is because people are on social media those times a day. And different people are on social media those times a day. Okay. And you also want to make sure that you are repeating yourself, and you're like that commercial. And I love using this analogy, and you guys have probably heard me say it a million times, but it's like when you are watching TV and that Taco Bell commercial comes on and you're like, oh, that looks good. And then you see it again and you're like, oh man, those tacos are so delicious. And then you see it and again, you're like, okay, I just have to get that. And then you see it again, you're like, okay, where are my keys? I'm going to get it now. And it's very similar to what we do, you guys. People are going to see that, okay, Amanda just posted about her skinny broom. That looks interesting. Then they're going to see it again. They're like, okay, wow, I need that. I have those symptoms. I need energy. I need to lose weight. I need focus. That sounds good. Then they're going to see it again. They're like, okay, I'm just going to reach out to Amanda. I'm just going to see what it's about. Then they buy. Okay, so you guys, it is very similar. If you aren't consistent, you won't be successful with this with anything. Okay, with anything. If we want success, we have to be disciplined. We have to be consistent with it. Okay, so that is one of my do's. That's one of my musts, is that 3 to 5 times a day, you guys, be consistent with it every single day. Now, here's a tip for you. If you are the busiest person on the planet, which I know you are, and so am I, and so is everyone else on here, okay, then what you can do, and what I did when I had to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning just to go to work to see my first patient at 7 o'clock, what I did was I would plan my post the night before. Okay, so in the morning I thought, okay, I'm gonna put this quote up. At lunchtime, I'm gonna put this product post up. When I get home, before I jump in the house, I'm gonna make sure I post this, or before I go to bed. So I would plan my post out, and I also use a lot of other uplines, other leaders in the business to kind of help give me ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little tip on this. But what I'm gonna go over first is the 5 pillars, okay? And posting is really important, you guys, because we don't wanna be salesy, right? We wanna bring value. So I'm gonna go back to, what brand do you want to represent? What do you want people to see you as? Okay, so these are the 5 pillars. So what I want you to do is, on your piece of paper, draw a circle and put you in the middle. These are your 5 pillars, okay? Now, you're gonna put 5 different lines of what make up you, okay? And so for me, family, faith, I'm an influencer. Like, that's a passion of mine, is to influence and to coach and to help other women. Travel, I'm obsessed with traveling, you guys, and everyone on my social media know that. Health, I'm really big into fitness, into what we put into our body. I'm huge into, I wear yoga clothes all day long. Like, I'm so big into health and fitness and working out, taking care of your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. And so what I'm gonna do is, now I'm gonna post about those things. Okay, so I want my network, when they go onto my page, I want them to be inspired. I want them to be able to dream big. I want them to be able to see the possibilities that they can have in their life. I want them to be able to find something that's going to help them be healthier. Okay, those are my pillars. And so I might talk about, in the morning, about how I get to snuggle with my kids. Because of this business, I don't have to work full time anymore. I get to wake up and I get to spend time with my children. I might talk about traveling, how we get to travel anywhere in the world at any time we want. Obviously not right now, but we love traveling. So I get to show that and share it. And do you know why I get to do that? Because of this business. Never ever were we able to do that before. I get to talk about us being debt free. Okay, I get to talk about my faith in this business and how God has led us the entire way. So when I post about these things, I trickle in the business with it. Okay, so I might wake up and I might say, man, I am feeling bloated. I feel we have had a weekend full of the most delicious food, friends over, barbecue. I'm ready for my 2-day detox. This is gonna help de-bloat me. This is gonna help give me energy, focus, not have a brain fog. And then do you know what's gonna happen is, people are gonna be like, I feel that way. What is Amanda taking? Okay, it brings curiosity. Okay, so those are my tips. What are your 5 pillars? And that's what you want to post about, and you want to trickle in the business with it. You will never hear me say it works. You will never hear me say, certain things, because I want to bring curiosity. I want people to say, what does Amanda do? How does she make a multiple 6-figure income from her phone? Okay, so I want to bring curiosity by the 5 pillars that I have. Okay, now here are the 3 things. If you're going to only post 3 times a day, here are the 3 things I want you kind of to take those pillars, but kind of gauge it around these 3 things. Number 1, is going to be like a interaction post, like an attractive post. What's going to bring a lot of attraction to it? Okay, so it could be like a host to post giveaway. Okay, it could be, and it could be something like, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go right now? Drop an emoji and you can get entered into, you know, my $500 giveaway. You know, something like that. One, you're talking about the traveling that you like to do, and now you're offering, you know, a value to your people to drop an emoji. So what is an attractive post? It can also be like, hey guys, I have no idea what I'm having for dinner tonight. What are you guys eating? You guys know that people want to talk about themselves. They want you guys to, they want to answer your questions. You know, they want to tell you what they love, okay, what they're doing. If you were to say, hey guys, what's your favorite shampoo? Do you know I'd probably have like hundreds of people comment what their favorite shampoo is, because people want to tell me what they love. Okay, so do an interactive post, like an action post, okay? Number 2 is make sure every day you're talking about a product. Okay, so just like I said, I'm so excited, like I'm drinking my skinny brew because this mama needs it. I have 2 busy boys and I need to keep up with them. This helps it so I can focus, concentrate, and just a perk, it helps me burn fat. Okay, so you know how I just trickled in my life, but then I added in the coffee with it. Okay, so post about a product. And number 3 is you have to post about the business, the opportunity. Okay, so when you guys are just starting out, it can look something like this. Gosh, I am so excited. I just started this business so I can make extra money from my phone. This is going to help me so that I can pay my SRP bill. This is going to help me so I can pay my rent. This is going to help me so I can pay my car off. This is going to help me so I can stay home with my kids. You know, and then you can say, who would love to make extra money? Okay, put a picture of you and your children. Put a picture of you and your car. Put a picture of you and whatever. Okay, what it's doing is you're putting yourself in there, but you're trickling in the business opportunity and to help other people. Do you see how that is not salesy at all? How it is going to influence and inspire, and they're going to be like, okay, what is Michaela doing? How is she doing that? You know, it's going to be curiosity. And then the other thing is that, you know, if people don't comment on your post, use what Courtney was saying, and you got to grow your network for one. But the other thing is continue to post, because if people aren't posting, that doesn't mean that they're not seeing you guys. That doesn't mean they're not seeing. So many of you guys personally have never commented on my post, never liked anything, but yet you joined this business with me. You were watching me, or Courtney, or Chelsea, or any of you guys. Okay, and so just because people are not commenting or liking does not mean that they are not watching. You have to be consistent. People are going to take your business as serious as you do. So if you post every 3 days, they are not going to take you serious. They're going to go to the next person who is being serious about their business. So I want you to keep that in mind. And then the other thing I'm just going to say really quickly is stories. I'm going to put a link in here. Actually, I'm going to go really quick, and when Chelsea's talking, I'm going to put a link in here to just some graphics you guys can find on your stories. But one more thing, sorry, Court, this is kind of taking a long time because I think posting is so important, and it really is incredible. So one more tip I have for you guys, and I'm going to give you a do and a don't, okay? So I'll give you the don't first. So my biggest don't, and you guys have heard me say this before, my biggest don't, you guys, is do not share a bunch of junk on your Facebook page. Okay, what I mean by that is don't share that funny cat video. Don't share what is going on, you know, a quote. Don't share, you know, a video, a quote, a recipe. Don't share every 2 seconds on your Facebook page. Remember, your Facebook or your Instagram is your moneymaker. It needs to be clean. It needs to bring value. And if you are sharing things all day long, when you actually do bring good content to your Facebook page, it's going to get missed. You're messing up your algorithm. People are not going to follow you because you're sharing things all day long. So don't share that funny. Oh, can you guys hear me okay? It says unstable. Am I good? Okay. So don't share a bunch of those videos. You know, keep your Facebook, your Instagram very clean. Stick with those 3 to 5 posts that I just mentioned to you. Post about the 5 pillars and trickle in the business with you. That's my big don't. Okay. So one more tip I have for you guys is there's some keep leaders that I love for you guys to follow. Courtney, you guys follow, make sure you follow me. You know, there's some other people, if Courtney wants to put some people, maybe 3 or 5 people, Courtney, in there. But there's some, what I did, you guys, is I would follow people who were making money, okay? Follow people who are successful, okay? And so a really good thing, what I would do, and a really good tip I have for you guys is, and one person that I love to follow is Erin Tweed, if you can put that in there, Courtney. But so she just posted on here. So I'm not gonna actually say that, I'm gonna show you guys. So if I was like, and she just did an interactive post. She says, my friends from the North and South disagree. What about you? Hair tie, soda, cart. What would you call these items? So she just did an interactive post. She wants to boost up her interactions on her post. So that's what she just did, okay? So if I wanted to use this post later, what I can do is click on those 3 little dots and I can click Save Post. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna pull up, you guys can't really see this very well. What that's gonna do is it's gonna pull up a category, okay? A collection. So now what I could do is I can make a collection and I can say interactive post, okay? And what I can do is, and I save it right to that. So then later this afternoon or tomorrow, if I'm scrambling to try to find a post, I can just go right to my saved post, pull that up and be like, okay, copy and paste and put it on my Facebook page. Isn't that incredible? Such a time saver, gives you inspiration, gives you ideas. And you guys, work smarter, not harder. Learn from the people and mimic the people that are being successful in this and actually doing it. You do not have to recreate the wheel. In fact, if you do that, then it's going to be, you know, you might take a little bit longer to be successful with this or see the results that you're wanting to see. Okay. So that's my tip for you. That is posting. And I'm going to post a link in to help you guys get graphics for your stories, because you guys can also post to your stories every day. So, Court, do you want to take over and go over host to post? Okay, so that was number 2, you guys. So number 1, growing your network. Number 2 is posting. Number 3, Courtney is going to go over messaging and host to post.
And I saw someone put in there, like, can we post things every once in a while? Yes, absolutely. And when Amanda says junk, like, that's just a word. We don't think that like what you guys are posting is junk, because maybe cat videos, maybe funny baby memes, like make you feel so amazing inside. Like that's what makes you happy. And that's perfectly fine. And even top leaders will post like a funny quote sometimes, or like a funny meme, or share something funny. But you just don't want it like over spamming your account, because then all of your other stuff gets like lost in translation. So just send those in Messenger. Like when I find something really funny, like I'll send it to Amanda, or I'll send it in Messenger to my hubby. I don't just post them and tag them in it on my page, because then that can kind of like, you know, take over the other stuff that you're posting. So yeah, every once in a while, totally fine. Every day, every hour, that's just going to be too much for your page. But okay, so host the post, guys. This has been such a game changer, and I'm so excited. You guys coming in right now really do have all the tools in your toolkit to be just so successful. If you guys follow Melissa at all on our team, she went triple diamond in 10 months. That's just a prime example of someone coming in, having all the tools, having the work ethic to make this work, having the faith that, you know, I'm going to follow little steps and do this every day. And she's making 6 figures just 10 months into the business, which is just incredible. So we want to teach that to everyone, that just by small and simple things, like great things come to pass. And one of those things is host to post. And you'll hear us talk about that almost every day, because it just is so powerful. It not only grows your network for adding to your friends, but it grows, you know, your potentials list. It grows those LCs, those DTs, just is so powerful in all those aspects. So what host to post is we do a daily drawing monthly drawing, where we're putting in, if you are new, you have a few months leeway. But after that, we're each putting in $10 a month to a pot that blesses families. It might be 5 $100 winners. It might be one $500 winner, depending on what we're doing for that month. But we reach out to people, we do an engagement post, and we say, hey, like, do you want to be interested to my raffle. All you have to do is tag me in a post and I do all the rest. And, you know, we'll get those verbiages. Maybe Amanda will throw some into the comments right now as I'm going over this. And we send those every single day. Guys, your goal every day is 10 hosts a post. I want you, if you guys were on the corporate training with Amy Spence before this, it was so amazing. Always aim for 10, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to aim for 10, and some days you're going to get 15. Some days you might only get 8. If you're only aiming for like 5 hosts a post a day, you might only get 2 one day. You might get 4. So aim for 10. And I want you guys to think of it this way. You aim for 10 and maybe one day you only get 5. Maybe for the whole month, you're aiming for 10 and each day you only get 5. And you're like, darn it. But those 5 people have 5 people that comment. Guys, that's 750 potentials you have at the end of the month. And going off of kind of this being a numbers game, because this is always a numbers game, post to post doesn't not work. It might be that you're not sending enough messages. You want to be sending anywhere from 50 to 100 messages a day in little 25 message spurts. So 10% of people you send to are actually going to post for you. You send out 20 messages, you might get 1 or 2 to post. You send out 50, you might get 3 to 5 to post, and so on and so forth. So you get 5 people to post every single day when you're aiming for that 10. That's 750 potentials for distributors, for customers. And if only 10% of those people order, guys, that's 75 new customers for you. Whereas if you're only getting out 5 for the month, because I've seen this happen. I've seen people say they're really working and they're trying their hardest, and then 5 hosts a post come in. And you're like, oh my goodness, that's like 1 every 6 days. And you only have 5 people posting on those 5. That's only 25 potentials for the month. So there can be 25 or they can be 750. And guess whose business is going to be moving exponentially quicker? The 25 potentials or the 750 potentials. So I'm a teacher. I love throwing out those numbers because I just want you guys to see how amazing and what an amazing tool this can be to grow your business. So you want to aim for 10 a day. That's okay if you only get 5 someday. You might get 12 the next day. You might get 13 the day after that. So you're going to ask a friend to post. You're going to ask people on your Greenlight Messenger. You're going to go to your messenger. You're going to click the bottom right, the little people icon, and you're going to see all the Greenlight people that are on. And you're going to send them messages daily. When you feel like you've exhausted that list, you're going to go to your Facebook feed and you're going to start one day. You might hit A and send all your A friends the same message. Like, hey, I'm doing a raffle this month. Would you like to throw up a quick copy and paste post for me and I'll enter you in? And then when you're done with your A's, you'll go to your B's and then you'll go to your C's. And what is amazing about this is I might have a friend in California. She throws up a coffee post for me. And then she has friends in Louisiana, in New York, in Colorado, in Alabama, Alaska that start commenting on this. I don't even have networks there. So I'm like, oh my goodness, now I'm making friends there. These are potential distributors. These are customers that are potential customers that are already interested in the product. So they're coming to you because they want to try this. All you have to do is give them the information. They might order right away. They might order in a few months, but you're adding them to your potentials list. And it just gets so exciting because you're like, you go to these people's profiles and you're like, oh my gosh, you live in like the woods in Alaska. Like how amazing. I could grow a team there. Or, oh my gosh, I just signed I'm like talking with an accent today. I signed a distributor, Becky from New Hampshire last month. And I'm like, I was telling my hubby, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I didn't know that it's so green and so many lakes there. And I signed her from a distributor host a post. I would have never maybe met her had I not done a distributor host a post. So it's just so powerful. It places people in your life that, you know, are wanting amazing products, that are wanting the opportunity. So if you guys were on the training this morning, I follow Amy Spence's formula as well, is I do 60% product posts and about 40% distributor. So if you're getting out 6, that's 6, or if you're getting out 10, that's 6 product posts. That you're going to have 6 people post, and then 4 of them are going to be potential distributor posts. And after I get off, I'll put my distributor host a post in here if Amanda hasn't. But it's amazing. So many people are looking for a job these days. So many people want to work from home. I couldn't even imagine having my kids in daycare right now with a 1 and 2 year old, and me making sure they're getting their naps and me making sure, you know, they're eating what I want them to eat. And so many people are like us. They have the same things on their heart. They just don't know how to get there. They don't know the vehicle, and they need us to offer it. So I encourage you guys, take the stress away from, I'm scared that someone's not going to post, or I'm scared that people are going to not want me to like ask them to do stuff. You would be doing that anyways, guys. Like if I opened a car wash, I would be like telling my neighbors, hey, I just opened a car wash. I know you're getting your car washed anyway. Like come stop by. It's incredible. Or, you know, my brother has a ton of restaurants. Like if people are loving breakfast, I'm going to say like, you're going up to Flagstaff, like try out my brother's restaurants up there. You know, those are just normal conversations. The same as this. People are already taking vitamins. People want to grow out their hair. People want to lose weight. Like try something that we love. It's just sharing stuff, and people can decide then like if it's for them or if it's not. But here's one thing, I'm going to add a little bit personal development into this too, because I just kind of go off on this of what kind of just comes to mind. But you are never going to have someone that is doing the same or more in their life put you down for what you're doing. So if you're afraid you're going to send a host post and someone's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like you're asking me to do this. No, either those people are not meant to be on your network right now. Either they're not growing at the same pace. And you just need to bless and release that, because I can tell you when I was a super stressed out single mama working 60 hours a week, wondering how in the world, if my life never changed, if I never got remarried, if I never had another income, how I was going to provide for my kids growing up, college, sports, you know, whatever was to come to pass, like during those, you know, 15 more years of those babies growing up. I wasn't going to people that were struggling. I wasn't going to people that had never been in direct marketing and saying like, what do you think? I was going to people that were very successful in their life and being, what do you think about this? And they were like, oh my gosh, yes, like do this. That's amazing. You will never have someone that is doing more in their life put you down for what you're doing, or make fun of you for what you're doing, or say this is silly, because they know what it takes to be successful. They've been there before. They know you need other people to help get you to where you want to be. So I just felt impressed to say that a lot. You know, when I first started too, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm afraid to send a message. And then I was like, this is just another step in like your normal work stuff. Like if I were teaching, it would be like me entering grades in a grade book. Not my favorite to do all the time, but it has to be done to grow, you know, those report cards, to grow my data for how my kids are doing, how my students are doing. So just think of it that way of like, this is growing my business. Some people are going to say no. Some people aren't even going to see your message. Some people might say they're going to post and you're going to write down their name and remind them because they forget. And that's just part of the everyday. But I promise you so much that it's going to grow your guys' businesses so amazingly. And you're going to meet so many incredible people that are going to be future distributors, that are just going to be future friends, because people are stinking awesome. And you meet the coolest people, how this opens up your network. So I'm excited for you guys. Aim for those 10 each day. Amanda put some of the scripts in there, and I'll put some more in there too. Save those to your phone, because a lot of this is just being organized. Make little sections in your notes to save them. Get word board. That's an app that we use. Text replacement. It text replaces things for you, so it makes it very quick for you to copy and paste. And there's apps. There's videos on how to use word board. You can YouTube that. And Amanda will put word board in there so you guys can check out that app. But it's amazing. Just these little tools that just help your business so much. And it's allowing what took us years when we first started to help you guys grow like in months worth of time. So we're super excited for you. Get your host post out. Have like, just love that it is such an amazing tool, and take away that resistance of like, I don't want to message people, I'm scared. You know, do those engagement posts, get those out there, and it's going to be incredible.
Oh my gosh, Courtney, I love that so much. So good. You guys, posts will change everything for your business. If you do not have a network, it will help you literally get customers right away, you guys. You do not have to have a big network. You don't have to know a lot of people. We have so many people who are just jumping onto our team, and literally because they're doing this system, you guys, they are getting 20, 30, 40, 50 or more customers in their first 30 days. It is so incredible. And so I have one of my girls, Jasmine, she literally joined, and within her first week has already gotten 12 customers, you guys. I mean, it's amazing. So, and it's just another system that we have put into place that is a fail-proof system, you guys. So Courtney, thank you so much. Such good information. I did put a little link in there for a tracker, you guys. So it's just a tracker that I use every day. I just write the names down, people who post for me. And then just one more thing, you guys, the way that we give our money, because I get this question all the time. So if you just joined this business in your first 30 days, you can or you can't, put the money in, but we all contribute $10 into a pot. And you're able to, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want to use the drawing that we do to offer the cash for your people who post for you, just an incentive, then you would put the $10 in. Your first 30 days is free. But what we do is we create this money, and then anytime that somebody posts for you, just write their name down, you guys. And then at the end of the month, you're going to all turn it in, and that's how we pick the winners. So it's so amazing. It's just, it's just a great system. Our network we're leveraging our network. They're helping us, and we're offering them, they can win some money, which is awesome. So Court, thank you so much. So that is number 3, you guys, is messaging and getting those host to post out. Okay. Number 4, this is going to be a quick one. It's building relationships. We are in a business that it's a building business relationship business. Building business, that doesn't even make sense. We build relationships, okay? So people are going to buy into you. They're going to trust you. They are going to say, you know what? I see Amanda has 2 boys. I have 2 boys. Immediately can make those connections. If I'm interacting on my social media, that just puts my name out there even more and more and more. Okay. And so we are in a business of building relationships. And the most, the coolest thing is social media is a platform to be social. Okay, so here's what it does when you build relationships. 1, it increases the engagement that you have on your posts and on your stories. Okay, number 2, it builds relationships and trust, which then in return, helps you grow your business. And so what I would recommend, this is a very quick task, you guys, is that every time before I post, I will just interact with about 10 to 15 people on my timeline. So I'll just go through my timeline and I comment about 5 to 6 words. I like to ask questions like, like Flo, I love your shirt. It is so cute. That green looks great on you, or, Jelena, where did you get that cup? Like it looks like it's so cute. Where did you get that from? Ask questions, like Courtney, you have 4 kiddos. That's incredible. Like you are a total boss mom. How do you do it? Ask questions because again, it's going to bring engagement. So, so I like to do that right before I make a post. Takes about, 2-3 minutes, you guys. But what it's going to do is it's going to boost your engagement up with your post. It's going to build relationships. So number 4 is just building relationships. And then number 5, you guys. So the 1 through 4 is what we do on social media every day. You guys could literally get all of that done in the nooks and crannies of your day, depending on what your goals are. You guys could literally get all that done in an hour. It doesn't take hours upon hours upon hours to do this business. It is not how it's intended. It's intended for busy people to make extra money. If you do want to make this more of a part-time, a full-time gig, then obviously you're probably going to put more time into it. We put in what we get, and then you get out what you put in. Okay, so for me, I wanted to retire my career as soon as possible so I could come home to my kids. In 2 months, in 3 months, I made diamond, making $2,000 extra a month. I probably put about an hour to 3 hours a day into my business. Okay. Then the next step was for me to retire my career. I went double diamond and I probably put about 3 hours a day into my business. So 3 hours a day into my business, it allowed me to retire my dental hygiene career in 5 months, you guys. And I worked my 3 hours a day in between. I stayed up later and I woke up earlier. And I just made time for it because I thought, okay, if I can invest time into this right now, yeah, I might be lacking sleep. Yeah, I might do this, but I have a big goal. I want to come home. I don't care how, I want to do it as fast as possible. And so I did put more time in it. On the weekends, I probably put a little bit more time in it. But in 5 months, I retired my $80,000 career job that I had. Okay. And so I was able to retire and come home. Okay. And so, you know, what do you want out of this? You want to figure out, when is your working hours? How much can you do this? Can you do an hour? Can you do 2 hours? Can you do 3 hours? What do you want out of this? Okay. Whatever you want out of this, say you want to make $2,000, your work needs to match that so that you can get that. Okay. But the 4 things that Courtney and I just went over, those 4 things are what's going to get you there. The more you do, the more you get. So if you spend an hour a day, that's going to be incredible. You're going to build your business incredibly with consistency. Okay. If you want to put more time in it, you're going to make money faster. Okay. You just do more of those things. Okay. So those 4 things we do on social media. The 5th thing, you guys, and this is one of the most important things of this business, it is not through social media. That is self-development. I'm going to have Courtney speak upon this as well. Self-development, okay? That is fueling your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, and being a student of certain things. And I always believe that there's a couple types of self-development, okay? There's a self-development, which is self-care and meditation. You getting your mind, your body, your soul, doing things for yourself, okay? That's a type of self-development. The other type is like a Zoom like this, learning, jumping on our Tuesday trainings, learning something, how you can grow your business, okay? Doing something like this, the Saturday trainings. The 3rd thing is going to be, like faith, reading a book, praying, meditation, all that kind of stuff. So self-development is so huge. Always be a student of this business. You guys, I am literally reading like 4 books at a time. Like I will read a book and then I'll read a little bit of it. I listen to an Audible. So a few things, if you are a busy person like I am, I really don't have time just to sit down and read a book for an hour. But what I do is I read a book for about 10 minutes in the morning, and I read like my devotionals. I'll read, just quick little things just to help get my mind and my mindset ready to go. Okay. But during the day, you guys, I am listening to audibles, books that are going to inspire me, books that are reads that are going to give me like strength that I can do this, belief that I can do this. Okay. It is not, you don't have to learn about all the fundamentals, all this stuff. If you believe you can do it, you're already to the top of the company. Okay. You have to start with the belief, and that's where the mindset self-development is going to come into. So books like this, Dangerous Prayers. Okay. Books like Go for No, books that are like Beach Money, things like that. Go Pro is a really good one. Things that are going to help you believe that you can do this business. And the more that you expand your belief, the more successful you're going to be at this. And when we do self-development, you guys, yes, Audible is a really good one. I listen to a lot of podcasts. So actually what I'm going to have you guys do right now is you guys should all have, no matter what phone you have, you should have this purple podcast app. It's completely for free. I want you guys to search Pam Souter. Okay, she's one person I listen to every day. She is probably one of the most knowledgeable people I have ever met. She is so incredible. If somebody could put her name in the chat there, Pam Souter. The podcasts are free, you guys. I love podcasts. You guys can search like Craig Groeschel, which he's a Christian, he does a lot of leadership, how to be a good leader, like what it takes to be a leader, all that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of podcasts that you guys can download for free. Stick in your earphones, go clean the kitchen. Stick in your earphones, go make dinner. Listen to something while you're driving. I will tell you, I am listening to something all day long. My kids are like, oh, is that Queen Pam? Like they call her Queen Pam. It's so cute. Or they'll be like, are we listening to this again? And I'm like, yep, soak it in, boys. And so they're always listening to stuff along with me, whether they're getting it in or out, but it is on our house all day long. So self-development is so huge. One more thing before I have Courtney kind of jump in is your mindset is going to be 80% of this business or more. Okay. So 80% of this business is your mindset. The 4 things that Courtney and I went over, that is piece of cake. That is so easy to do. Once you learn it, it is literally like brushing your teeth. So dang easy. The mindset, you guys, is what keeps people from success in this business. Okay. Mindset is what keeps people from getting to what they want. Mindset is what makes people quit, their mindset. It's not the work that we put into it. It's the mindset that they have, the belief that they have. So if you can grow your mindset, your paycheck is going to be exponential. Okay. Your self-development, your mindset, your, like what you do, the reading, the audibles, the podcasts are going to be parallel to the paycheck you get. So if you want your paycheck to increase, guess what you need to do? Increase the books you read, increase the books you listen to, increase the podcasts that you listen to, increase your mindset, your belief, your faith. Okay. No joke, you guys. That is how people get to the top of this company. That is how people be successful with this business, is they are constantly pouring into themselves, being a student and learning this business. The work, that's the easiest part, you guys. That is a no-brainer. It's the self-development, the mindset that we have to continue to work on. Okay. So Court, sorry, I'm long-winded, you guys. Y'all know this. But Court, go ahead and take over because you are so good at closing and just speaking belief into us.
No, I thought that was so amazing. And it's so important to point out that no one is exempt from trials. So you see Amanda and you're like, oh my gosh, like she just has it all together. Like she just can give us all these tips, but this is from a learned process. Like we are where we are because we are, you know, doing self-development. You know, someone said miracle morning for entrepreneurs, our regular miracle morning. I just grabbed a few of mine today, guys. And have I read through all of them all the way? No. Some of them I'm listening to Audible. Some of them I'm marking after I hear something on Audible that I love. I just got the prayer of Jabez that is so amazing because people said, ask and it is given, learning to manifest. Like I love that. So I'm always just, you know, I'm a mom of 4. So how do you know when you need to pump personal development? When you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm losing my mind with my kids, or oh my gosh, my patient's at work, or oh my gosh, like I'm just feeling like a heaviness today. That happens to all of us. That happens to Amanda. That happens to me. That happens to top leaders on our team. So why are you not seeing that on social media? Because when we feel that, we're more in tune to do something about it right away. Our response to that has been quicker over the years because we've practiced that daily. So the more that you do that, the more that trials come, the more that hard things happen in your relationships, in your work relationships, in your personal relationships, you can then say, okay, I'm going to fill myself up. I'm not going to let life drain me. I get to choose. When I joined this business in the ashes of my life, guys, I had every excuse to tell Amanda every day I don't want to get out of bed. I don't have anything to give anyone, let alone myself. But I didn't, because I knew that was a lie. I knew that was a lie from the adversary. I knew that was a lie to myself. And I was going to rebuild my life and just pump myself. So I want you guys to do one little task before we end. And if you guys have not seen our Ruby chart, this is our Ruby chart. This is the building blocks to our business. This is what you guys want to aim for this month. This is what is going to propel you every month forth. I want you to think of 3 people that you can bless this month. We have $72 codes through today that are just so incredible to bless someone with this opportunity. I want you to think, do you have a sister? Do you have a cousin? Do you have an old colleague? Do you have a neighbor? Do you have someone you haven't even met and you're praying over for host to post today? I'm helping a single mama. I'm helping a grandma. I'm helping someone have retirement. I'm helping someone pay off debt. Write them down, guys. And then know that by these small and simple things, by doing host to post each day, by getting over objections, by pouring into yourself, this is just going to naturally occur. We are not asking you to like jump flights of stairs. These are just little steps that we take each day that produce amazing, amazing, amazing results. But we want you knowing that you can do it all. You can not only get LCs your first month, but you can also sign those distributors. It's not just one piece that you're going to be good at this month. It's going to be everything, because you can do it. And as your mind shifts, you're going to know that you can do it. I spent way too long thinking I couldn't sign distributors, telling myself that every day. Well, what do you think was happening? I was telling myself I couldn't do that. And then that was my results day in and day out. And Amanda's like, why can't you do it? Like, why are you saying that? Like, you're saying that and then that's happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. That's a mindset thing. And once I shifted that, once I watched more YouTubes on like what people were doing to be successful in signing distributors, everything changed. I never didn't sign a distributor each month from then on out. So I want you guys to know, I want you guys to write down things that scare you. Write down those 3 people. Draw yourself 3 little boxes. for those steps to success. I'm feeling them this month. I'm going for that $15,000 bonus. I'm changing my family's life. I am doing things that allow me to grow every single day. And in turn, that makes me my purest, like, most me self. That makes me the person that God always intended me to be. And that is the most beautiful place that you can ever be in your life, guys, no matter what's going on each day, no matter where you came from, no matter what your life circumstances is, no matter what your money mindset is. The more you get to know me and Amanda, you'll know we've had a lot of trials in our life. But we continually tell ourselves each day, like, we're made for more. We're doing more. We're teaching people to have more and believe more in themselves. And that is just a trickle effect, a trickle down effect. So we're so excited for you guys. I promise you, give this a year to change your life. There's going to be times, and I get emotional with this, because I bring myself back to where I was when I first joined. I was going through a really hard divorce. I was working a ton. I had little babies that needed a lot out of me. And it was just, there's no other word but hard. Each day just felt hard. But as I did little things that helped myself each day, as I tuned in to people that built me up, stay close to this fire, stay close to the people that brought you into this business, that brought you into this life-changing vehicle for yourself, for your family. You will continue to be guided. You will continue to have steps that help you, to have tools that help you. But you're going to have days where you're like, I don't know. And this is when you turn to us, you turn into a Zoom, you turn into self-development, and you're like, okay, I can keep going. And then 3 months from now, you're going to be diamond. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did this. And then 6 months from now, you're going to be double diamond, making those 5 figures a month. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I stuck with this. A year from now, you're going to be making 6 figures, and you're going to be like, holy smokes, I never knew that this could ever happen. I'm so grateful that I gave myself a year to grow, a year to learn, a year to just be the best version of myself, for my family, for those around me. And I promise you guys, it will change your life. Let it change your life. Give it a year. We're so excited for you guys. We love you guys already. I don't know all of you guys on here, but I get so emotional because I just know how much it changes lives. I just know. Go look through my page, guys. Go see. Like, my life has not been easy. And just another little tidbit. God is going to continue to guide you. You turn yourself over. Take the resistance out of your life of why you can't do things, why you're not worthy, why things haven't been going in your favor, and just let that go. Allow yourself to learn these tools, do them every day. And I promise you, you'll have incredible results. I'm making that promise to each and every one of you guys. We love you. You guys are going to rock out this weekend. Take some of the things that we just taught you and implement them today. Get those host posts out. Shout them out to us. Be like, oh my gosh, I just got my first one up. Oh my gosh, I have this many potentials. That is so amazing. And that just continues to bring light and excitement. And that is what fuels you and your life and this business. So we're super excited for you guys.
Yes, I love that so much, Cora. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What's that? Oh. Okay, I'm going to end this, you guys. I'm going to end the recording.